What's up, Knicks fans? So, this video is coming to you because I am bored and I was thinking, and if you've been paying attention to some of the NBA free agency news and everything, you know that there is some speculation that Kawhi Leonard is going to opt out of his contract with the Clippers, and become a free agent. And I was thinking to myself, what would be the perfect Knicks off season? Well, it would involve Kawhi, but not like you think. Kawhi Leonard, there was a rumor that he is considering signing with the Warriors. And if Kawhi Leonard were to sign with the Warriors, that could potentially line up to be the catalyst for one of the best off seasons that the Knicks could have ever. And so I wanted to go through and I'll pitch you this idea. Listen, the likelihood of this happening, it's very slim. Almost no chance of it happening. But can it happen? Yeah. It would be fun if it did happen. So let's assume Kawhi opts out, so tells the Warriors, I'm going to sign with you. The Warriors have no cap space for him right now. So they would have to dump a lot to clear up the cap space to sign him. Hence where the Knicks come in with their cap space. So let's get to it. So you see up on the screen, got 4 teams. Well, I really got 5 teams involved. Warriors, Thunder, Cavaliers, and you'll see the 15 later, and the Knicks with the payroll. So let's have the fun. So Kawhi decides he's going to sign with the Warriors. Warriors need to dump cap space. Oubre is a free agent, so you can't do anything for that. Okay. What you would do, obviously, you would trade Wiggins to the Knicks. You have to trade James Wiseman to the Knicks. You have to trade some others. I would say the Knicks would ask for Jordan Poole, and we would take on Kayvon Looney. You'd have to dump Looney, Wiggins, and Wiseman, and then I would just say the Knicks would say, "Yeah, we'll take this Jordan Poole. You look like you got him straightened out." So that's $48 million, right? And the Knicks could even take on a few more contracts, but we're gonna stick to that. That is because Oubre, again, he's a free agent. If he was a free agent, you'd probably taking Oubre. Okay, what else are you taking from the Warriors? Well, you're taking picks because I'm not absorbing Andrew Wiggins' contract for nothing. So trade 7, you trade 14. Okay, I'm also gonna ask for 2023. I want another pick in 2023, and you can't trade back-to-back years. So 2023. Okay, and I'm going to ask for 2025. Golden State Warriors don't need it because they will be pretty much at the cap if they were to sign Kawhi, and then they would probably get guys on mid-level exceptions and minimum deals. So that's that. That's what they're going to send to the Knicks. Now the Knicks have Looney, Poole, Wiseman, and Wiggins to play around with, and this is where it becomes fun. So I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling Sam Presti. And I'm telling Sam Presti, you trying to fade for Cade. Well, what if we give you the resources you need to get the first pick from Detroit? Because now you'll be able to offer them 3 picks in the lottery, 2 picks within the top 10. What do I want? It's very simple. I want Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Okay? I'm sending you James Wiseman. Okay? I'm also see they got pick 6, 16, 18, 34. Okay? You can send 34 to me. Okay? Keep 16 and 18. Okay? But now you can have 7 and 14. Now when you call Detroit, hey Detroit, you got the 6th, 7th, and 14th picks for the number 1 pick. And maybe you can throw in some of your good young players into it as well to get the first pick. We're not going to mock that trade because that's between OKC and Detroit. But bear with me again. A stretch that anyone agrees to this, but it's possible because if OKC really wanted, okay, now you got all these picks. in the first round. You're sending 3 lottery picks. You can even send 16. You can even send some of your future picks to Detroit for that number one pick. And Detroit say, yeah, I get 2 picks within the top 10 and 6 and 7, and I get the 14th pick. 3 lottery picks, future picks for the number one pick. I think they would take that, especially in this draft where in the top 10, you can still get a great player. Okay? So that's phase two. Let's move on to phase three, and it would still involve getting a Colin Sexton. So we're still going to trade for Colin Sexton at the reported price. Cleveland's not getting a bounty for him. Okay, Sexton to the Knicks. Okay, 21st pick to the Cavaliers. And then we're sending out Kevin Knox to the Cavaliers. And we're sending out, where's Obi Toppin? To the Cavaliers. Okay, right? So far, the Knicks have brought back Colin Sexton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Kayvon Looney. But wait, there's more. This is where it gets fun. So the team that Kawhi just screwed would be my 5th team in this whole sheboygan. It would be the 5th team in this whole ordeal. And that would be the Los Angeles Clippers. And what do I want from the Clippers? I'm taking Paul George to the Knicks. We are sending Wiggins to the Clippers and Sexton to the Clippers. And they can have Jordan Poole as a little young player as well. I'm keeping Kayvon Looney potentially as my backup center because obviously I would do a few more moves. Okay, right? And then what am I sending additionally to the Clippers? Well, I'm sending them 19, 32, 34, 58 because I don't need anyone from this draft class. Okay, they can have the Warriors 23 pick, the Dallas 23 pick, the Knicks 23 pick. Okay, and if they want the 25 pick of the Warriors. Following along so far? Well, we shall try the trade. And it is a success. The Knicks would add Paul George and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So your starting lineup would be Shai at the point, RJ at the 2, George at the 3, Randall at the 4, Mitch at the 5. Okay. Nothing's going to the Warriors because they're just trying to clear everything out so they can sign Kawhi, Clay, and Curry. That's going to be a super team. There's no way around it. Okay. But we've cleared them of $48 million so they would have money to burn for Kawhi and something left over to fill out the rest of their roster. The Thunder would get James Wiseman, the 7th and the 14th pick, and they could use that with the picks and the young players they already have to trade up to number 1 with Detroit for Cade. We still pull the Sexton deal for what it's worth. Then we flip Sexton to the Clippers, and we're telling the Clippers, look, put up with Andrew Wiggins for a while, holding your cap space, but now you got 3 young players with some upside, okay? And you got all these picks. We get Paul George. And then you fill out the rest of the roster. You bring back Derrick Rose as your backup point guard to Shai. Quickly's your backup 2. You can go out there and find a good backup 3 and 4 and 5. You can sign those guys on cheap contracts because you only took in $39 million. So you still have $20 million left, and you can sign $5 million per, like you did with Burks and Noel and all these guys. So $5 million per. Okay, that's 4 players, and you've rounded out your 10. Again, Kayvon Looney would be my backup center. For now, and that's it. And I haven't given away all of my draft picks, so this is just for fun. So play for Kawhi to go to the Warriors, I guess. Um, no, because seriously, if Kawhi Leonard tells the Warriors, "I want to sign with you," they have to dump salary. That's a dump salary, and only one team can take on enough salary without funny business, and that's the Knicks. And you're gonna have to bribe the Knicks with the picks to do it. And then in turn, we can flip that for better assets. We trade for Shai Gilgeous Alexander. OKC gets Cade Cunningham, or they still move up into the top three and get a great player, and we extend Shy right off the back to his max. Okay, you've got win now with George and Randall. You got win in the future with Shy and RJ, especially if Shy continues to go on his trajectory as becoming a superstar. Again, a guy can dream, right? I'm just putting this out there that if Kawhi Leonard goes to the Warriors, I really hope the Knicks are on the phone and they're saying, "We are ready to absorb all your bad contracts if you're ready to give us picks." Because that Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard with Draymond Green, they're talent wise, they're the best in the West. Okay. And the Warriors could, in theory, afford for Kawhi to miss the 9 months he's reportedly going to have to miss. They can do that because Curry, Clay, and Draymond, with decent backups, can get you to the playoffs. And then by the time Kawhi's back, and then if he signs for multiple years, you just have to focus on re-signing Steph Curry. Again, if we take off enough money off their books, they'll do that. Steph Curry won't blow them up into the luxury tax, and they'll be able to continue their winning dynasty. The Knicks would open their window, but yet it wouldn't be a close window. There won't be a window that would close so fast. The Clippers, after losing Kawhi and having no future, and now have a future with Sexton and Poole and the picks and Wiggins. And the Cavaliers, what can I say? They're this poor franchise. Like, they're not run very well. They're just not. But at least they get Obi Toppin. At least they get an additional pick in this draft, and they're gonna get a top 3 pick in this draft. And hopefully they start getting it together. But who cares? They're Cleveland. The Knicks would have in this fantasy. Let me be. Let me have my fun. This is a fantasy. This is just what if. Okay. But again, if Kawhi Leonard wants to go to the Warriors to win, the Warriors got to dump assets, and only the Knicks have the cap space to take on all their contracts that they would need to dump to clear the space. We could just absorb it, and then they can go out and fill out their roster, and players can take a discount to go win a championship, whatever. But you'd have to give us the picks, and then in turn, we have all these picks. Okay. We don't need them all. Go out and get some good players. Right? Like, you telling me, like, Oklahoma City wouldn't trade Shy for James Wiseman? And of course they would, because one, they're cheap. Two, they're trying to build their team at a pace where they can sign them all pretty much within the first few years of each other, needing extensions, and not blow their cap into the luxury tax. They're walking a very fine line. That's why when people say SGA may not fit their timeline, it is because he's due for an extension now. No one else is due for an extension for another 2 years. Everyone else has pretty much been drafted last year, this year, and the year moving forward. They got rid of everyone. So you're not going to have the players that you're going to keep long term on the same time you're keeping SGA. So, and then of course they can use some extra picks to move Kemba Walker. We don't even care. But again, this would be the perfect offseason for the Knicks. Answer at PG, answer at small forward, RJ at the 2, Randall at the 4. I'd probably use a little extra draft picks to sign and trade Mitchell Robinson for an upgrade at center, a slight upgrade, nothing big, and nothing that's gonna send like 10 picks out. Something like, okay, here's like a 2026 pick with Mitchell Robinson making 10 million per year, and upgrading slightly at center for someone who can average close to a double double and still provide good defense. So that's it. That's my fantasy perfect offseason for the Knicks. This offseason is going to be interesting. We are on Kawhi Watch 2021. He's Kawhi Leonard and Damian Lillard. Whatever happens with them is going to reshape the league. Okay. The reason why I don't say we take everything from the Warriors and trade for Dame is because I'm trying to kind of have balance in terms of age, right? Like trade for Dame and then do what? I'd rather trade for a young guy like SGA and then, convince the Clippers, look, you're not winning nothing. So you might as well take Wiggins and Sexton and Poole and these picks and start your rebuild because you're not winning nothing without Kawhi now. So, but we shall see, guys. We shall see. Hopefully, it's a bright off season for the Knicks, and we will see what Kawhi does because he's certainly gonna shape the NBA off season. Injury or no injury, like he was gonna shape it regardless. I think people are assuming that he's gonna opt in because of the injury. He's good enough that people are going to sign him to a max deal and tell him take a year off. Okay, we saw it with Durant. We're gonna see it with Kawhi. So don't count it out. And hey, maybe the Knicks sign Kawhi, then trade for Damian Lillard, and perfect offseason too. That's not our own possibility. I highly doubt it. I think Kawhi is insistent on living in California, in the West Coast. He lives out in San Diego. At least with the Warriors, he can load manage while Curry and Clay carry the load during the season. And then turn it on in the playoffs. And that's what you do with Kawhi. You just let him rock until the playoffs. And, I know this playoffs, the Clippers probably are in the finals if he doesn't get hurt. Luck would have it, he got hurt. What can you do? You can't do nothing. Sometimes you need luck as much as you need talent. More so. So, anyways, that's it for me, guys. Leave a comment. Again, this is all in good fun. I don't expect this to happen, but this isn't necessarily out of the realm of possibility. At least from the fact that the Knicks could relieve the Warriors of all their bad contracts and draft picks. So that they can sign Kawhi Leonard. The Knicks would have good leverage in that situation. They could really force a good package, and we can get 2 lottery picks. And maybe the Knicks have their eyes on young talent that they say, yeah, we'll draft him and have him be part of the build. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. The draft is July 29th. Then at the beginning of August, we have free agency. And we'll see what the Knicks and the rest of the league do. Anyways, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I will catch you next time, guys.